guys, and welcome back to another action video. Today we're hopping into the 7th episode of the 4th season of Smallville, Jinx. Last time was Transference, and that was probably one of the best performances that Tom has done. He was so good as Lionel Luthor. Like, I completely believe that it was Lionel in his body, and not Clark. Like, the way that Tom was delivering his lines and everything, like, I could hear Lionel, like, saying that. And in the cadence and in his tone and everything else, I'm like, wow, Tom did so good. It's probably his finest acting hour. It was so good. And of course, because of the body switch, Lionel is healed. So that means he will still be around for a while, which is awesome. Like, while he's a terrible person, guess what? He makes for an awesome villain. And the show is not the same without him. Even though I kind of figured at some point, like, the show was going to find a way to cure him, I kind of figured. But whatever. It was cool the way that they did. And so now he's to be around for a little bit longer. So awesome. And of course, I guess the other big development was Clark learning about Lana and Jason's relationship. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah, so if you want to see, I guess we're gonna I lost my train of thought. Yeah, great intro, right? Great intro. I think my coffee is still not quite kicked in yet, so we are just gonna go ahead and hop into this thing. This is the if you want to see my full reaction, you can head on over to my Patreon page. The link is in the description. Or you can hang out right here on YouTube. Just like, comment, and subscribe. So we are hopping into the 7th episode of the 4th season of Smallville, Jinx. Let's go.
Are you the guy?
Well, I guess that depends on what you're looking for.
Can you put me down for Smallville to win?
All right, Chloe, betting on your friend. All right.
As much as I hate to admit it, I never bet against Clark Kent.
That's right. You should never do that.
It's yourself.
I miss football season. There you go. There you go, Clark. There you go. Oh, come on, man. What? Woo! We're going to state, man. We're going to state. Ooh, yeah. He broke about 5 ribs. Yeah, that's why he didn't want you to play football, Clark.
His collarbone's broken in 2 places.
Well, that's it. That's actually not bad.
Coach really thinks you're on some kind of performance-enhancing drug, like steroids.
Yep.
What do you think? Well, I put myself on the line and said there's no way the Clark Kent would do something like that.
Well, he does have, superpowers, so all of this is why Jonathan did not want you to play football. And you know what? It's true, because it is kind of unfair to the other players. Because, as much as he would want to be normal and wants to play football, guess what? He has a certain advantage, and that's really not fair.
I reviewed your application and must say I was surprised by your poor test scores and grades. What potential did my father see in you, Mikhail?
Ah.
Potential you do not see on a report card. So, this bet, it was just research for the article.
Front page of your player cards, right? I'm still writing the article.
Yeah, it's like, come on, you can't fart your way out of this one.
I promise not to mention my name, and I'll let you shadow me. I'll be your personal escort to the seedier parts of Smallville.
There's seedier parts of Smallville?
Have you ever seen me trip? Ever?
Yeah, he's got a point.
Something happened out on that field. It was like I couldn't control my own legs.
I'm sorry, but the last place you need to be right now is out on that football field, and you know it.
He has one game. They're going to state. Like, he has one game left, Jonathan. Let him play one more game.
Hey, Coach, can I talk to you for a second? Hey, I can see the ring on my finger already.
Oh, no.
Let's go take the title home!
Yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, Clark, you can't quit now.
You're just trying to stall the article, aren't you?
I don't think you understand me, Chloe. I always get what I want. Just
What? What the?
ask me nicely. You're going to drop that article whether you want to or not.
He turned very creepy. What are you doing?
I've never seen you this before. Open your hand.
Yeah, he's trying to find a way to lessen his powers.
You asked your father if we'd ever seen you trip before. Never. Not without kryptonite. Something happened to you out there.
All right, Martha's figuring it out. Good.
Saturday. You need to find out what it was.
It's like I had no control. Like my mind was sending one message, but
But your body was getting another.
It's Mikhail.
the foreign exchange kid? Why would he want me to throw the game?
He's the biggest bookie in the school.
How to control the odds?
Surprised you care so much about some half-rate bookie. Well, I'm surprised you didn't go to the principal first, or Coach Teague. But then I can see how that can be more complicated than it sounds. I can't be the only one who's picked up Amanda's fondness for quarterbacks. The retired ones. She's never been this serious about anyone.
That's true.
So I'm awfully concerned about that for someone who learned to walk out of his life.
Still cares. You can still care for about somebody.
The whole if you love them and set them free thing kind of backfired. It's not about love, Clark. It's about what you're willing to do for it.
Clark on steroids. It's a little hard to picture.
It's really hard to picture.
Coach Quigley asked me to get him a drug test, and I never mentioned it to Clark, so I lied and said it came back clean.
Why would you do that?
I believe in Clark, and because he knows about us. If he wanted to get back at me, all he's got to do is tell somebody at the school, and I lose my job.
Clark wouldn't make it personal.
Why not? I mean, I can't imagine what I would do if someone tried to take you away from me.
You think I'm going to throw that game away?
When there is if there are odds, and I always beat the odds. Joke.
Odds in the championship
Are based on play. If you don't go out in the field, then my profit margin takes an unfortunate turn.
That is why you're not going to tell anyone else about me.
And you are going to be on that field.
Son of a bitch. Come on, Clark, just do something. And let him go! Jesus. Thank you.
Well, the locusts swarm. They emit an energy wave to avoid crashing into each other. Maybe Mikhail's commands operate at a similar frequency, you know, like a radio signal.
Well, maybe all we have to do is find something that will jam Mikhail's frequency for good.
Good song. You know what? That was actually really cool. I like how they did that and everything. The only problem is stupid YouTube copyright. I don't know how much of that scene I could actually put in there, but that was really cool.
Dad, I know you don't agree with me, but sometimes taking responsibility means having faith in yourself to make the hard choices.
And it also means being willing to accept the consequences.
Every handshake, every hug, every time I'm out on that field, I make a conscious decision to fall when those guys hit me so they don't get hurt, no matter how hard you try. You can't understand that. That's why it's my decision, not yours.
All right, Clark, standing up for yourself. I like it.
You start to sound more and more like your father.
Aww.
So Dad.
Doesn't work, buddy. Woo! This is making me really miss football season right now. Oh, get him, Chloe. How can you even get on the sideline? Gotta love that super speed. Oh, haha. Nice. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Yeah! Touchdown! Yay! We won state. We won state. We won state. Yeah, Chloe.
When I was out on that same field, all I had to worry about was completing the next pass or whether or not I was going to get sacked. We're very proud of you.
For everything.
I don't know what it is with you, but no matter how many times I put you in the penalty box, it never sticks. I hear you're quite the hero tonight,
That
Claire.
can't charm.
Yeah, well, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have won the game.
But what I don't understand is how I miraculously came untied.
I don't
And
know.
what I don't understand is how you get sucked into anything besides anonymous tips.
We all have our weaknesses, I guess. Except for you, of course.
Is she starting to figure it out?
I told you, Mr. Luther. I've lost my talent. Mikhail, if it's one thing I've learned, it's that anything lost can be found again.
33.1.
Hey, where's Jason? I've been looking for him. One of the scouts he called saw me in the game. I wanted to thank him for trusting me.
Well, it's too bad that you couldn't return the favor. Jason was fired this morning.
Oh, well. Oh, crap. She thinks he did it. But you know what? That's what happens when you are in a very inappropriate relationship and people find out. It had to have been Lex then, right?
So you're going to tell me you weren't the one who got Jason fired?
Teacher-student liaison is a taboo that's pretty hard to come back from.
You didn't do this to protect her.
You know Alana isn't meant to be with Jason.
She isn't meant to be with him either.
You didn't do this for me. Why did you do it?
Because he's in love with her? Maybe? Is that what they're saying? I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and we'll talk about it. Well, that was the 7th episode of the 4th season of Smallville, Jinx. Honestly, I thought it was an okay episode for how much, I love football. It was a very football-centered episode. I thought it was kind of just okay. It was one of those episodes where it kind of felt like a little bit like it was dragging a little bit in the middle, and if I can go through an episode and it flies by, that usually means it's kind of a better episode, at least in my perspective. That isn't how I necessarily choose whether an episode is good or bad. It's just, this one just kind of dragged a little bit. And as much as I love football, and it was cool that, we got to, see him, win the championship, which was awesome. I don't know. It was just kind of okay. I loved, him standing up to his father about, this is my responsibility, to control my powers. And when he was talking to his dad about it, like, he's like, every time, I shake somebody's hand or someone goes to tackle me and I choose to fall, I choose to not use my powers, it's like, that is his responsibility. And I can understand where Jonathan was coming from and not wanting to get kids hurt. But I was like, he's been playing all season, Jonathan. He has one more game for the state championship. Like, let him play at least one more game. Like, come on, dude. So I didn't really like that, but I did like the fact that, he did change it and he did turn around. And he was like, we're, at the very end, and we're really proud of you and all these things. So I'm very happy to see that. I just didn't like the fact that he was very stubborn at first about it. 'Cause I'm like, you've let him play all season long. What's the difference now? But I did like that. I love the fact that you guys see Clark, happy and being a normal kid and being, the football star and everything. And it was just fun to see, everybody kind of rallying around him and his big old smile when they won and everything. And that was awesome. And that was really cool to see. I'm just going to call him Mikhail because I have no idea how to say his last name. I feel like but him, like, how they brought him over was really weird. About, Lionel giving him a scholarship and stuff, which means that Lionel probably knew that he had these abilities to basically whatever he speaks someone to do, it happens. And that's why, Clark tripped and he got hurt, or the other kid got hurt. It was really creepy when he used his power on Chloe to kiss him. I'm like, well, you could have done something else that was kind of creepy. So, yeah, that was just, the way that Lionel brought him in, it was just weird. I think they were just trying to find some way to explain why this kid we've never seen before, who has this weird accent, is now, or non-American accent, let's put it that way, non-American accent, was somehow in the school. It's like, wait a minute. I think they just kind of threw the scholarship in. But yeah, like, it was okay. I loved the ending, the scene in the locker room when he's, like, by himself. I thought it was shot really, really well, and it was, like, really intense, and when he's putting on his uniform and everything. I loved that scene. I thought that was very well done. I thought it was really cool when he saved both Chloe and got the game-winning pass off, and he's using his super speed. So that was really cool. That was a cool effect and thing that he did. So he's Clark Kent. He can do it all. He can save anybody. I thought the way that they got rid of him, for him to stop using his powers, was interesting, I guess. I didn't really follow what was going on, but something to do with frequency, and his hearing was like jamming his powers, I guess. Something to do with locusts. I don't know. I thought that was weird. I didn't really follow that very closely either. Yeah, and I guess the ending part was probably had the most consequences, I guess, because I can't remember if we were introduced to I think we've been introduced to 33.1 before. But it was definitely, now you can see that Lex is hiding secrets, and he has Mikhail for a reason. And so he probably, and he said that he's not alone, or he's going to have a lot of company or something along those lines, which means at this 33.1 that Lex is hiding, he most likely has other powered people. So that's not going to go well when Clark finds out about this. So it shows that, Lex is still keeping secrets like we all knew. And he is slowly just getting worse and worse, which we knew was going to happen. It's just really hard to see. And of course, at the very end, I understand why Lana would be mad that Jason was fired, but the fact that she just automatically assumed that it was Clark, like, if he knew, other people might know too. And she she's known him for how long? And when has he ever been that person that was just going to flat out, tattle on him and tell the principal or whoever, was told? It's like, damn, girl, calm down. Ask him a question. Give him the benefit of the doubt. Don't be all pissed off and be like, well, Jason was fired and it's all your fault, and storm off. Girl, give him the benefit of the doubt. Or ask a question, be like, hey, did you do this? And be like, something, ask a question. Don't be so pissed off about it. I hated that. I hated her reaction. I understand she was mad that he got fired, but girl, first of all, you knew this would happen if people found out. And, this is not, this is a bad relationship in terms of it's inappropriate. It's an inappropriate relationship, and you have to keep it a secret for a reason. If you have to keep a relationship a secret, then it's probably a bad thing to do. But you decided that you wanted to be with Jason. This is the consequences. Don't be pissed off at Clark because he got fired. Because he didn't even do it. You didn't even ask if he was the one that did. You just assumed. Okay, I'll get off the rant here, but I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that it was Lex that did it either. What were his motives too? Is he just in love with her, so he doesn't want her to be with anybody else? I still don't understand his motive for getting him fired, but maybe the show just needed, because that was the state championship, so now the football is going to be over. So maybe they needed Jason to be doing something else. They had to get him fired in some way. Maybe that's why they had Lex do it. I don't know. Like I said, it was an okay episode. Not my favorite. I thought all the football stuff was really cool. But it's kind of an underwhelming villain. And I don't know. It was just okay. So final grade, I don't know, 7.5. It was just, it was all right. In terms of the tally board, we have a +1 for hospital visits with the kid who shattered his collarbone. So we are at 51, and we are a third of the way through the 4th season. That's insane. And we also have finally a Clex Ending. Awesome. So we're only at 4. That's not very many. I thought there'd be a lot more. So yeah, if you want to see my full reaction to this episode or any of the other episodes, head on over to my Patreon page. The link is in the description below. If not, that's cool. Just be sure to like, comment, and subscribe right here on YouTube, and we'll see you for the next video.